Good morning, everyone. So I have tried this a few times, and I have a cat that just wants to get up in my way and is demanding attention. So today we are going to start sweet potato slips, or I'm going to show you how to start sweet potato slips. I usually try and start them the second week of February, and we're already to February 26th, so I'm a little bit late. It takes approximately 30 days for a sprout to start on the sweet potato itself, and then you usually wait about another 30 days for those sprouts to get bigger and be to the point where you can clip them off, and then you can put them in a cup of water and let the roots get a little bit bigger, and that's about another 2 week to 3 week process before they're ready to go in the ground. I don't like to push it this close, just because if there is a little bit of failure with the the slips starting, then I want to have time to go ahead and start another sweet potato or 2 or 3 or however many I'm going to do. You're probably wondering, what kind of sweet potato do I choose? You can go to your local garden center or feed store or wherever it is that you order your seeds. I know some people order online through like Baker Creek, Haas Tools, Burpee, Amazon. So what you want is an organic sweet potato. You can't just go into the grocery store and buy any old sweet potato off the shelf. Store-bought potato will sprout, and you'll get some lovely greens on it, but I have never had any success with them actually going to the point where I am collecting food from it. So someone else may have better luck, but I stick with organic just because it is such a long process, and I don't want to put so much time into waiting for them to start and then be disappointed. So this is a variety that you're going to pretty much find at any grocery store. They are called Beauregard. They grow really well and they store really well, and I've had a really good success rate in growing slips off of them. The other kind is garnets, and I'm almost embarrassed to show this, but I'll give a backstory real quick. So at the end of our growing season last year, our sweet potatoes had erupted out of their raised beds and spread all across the pathways of our garden area. I harvested quite a bit of them, and we ate, the majority of what we harvested, but I set aside 6 of them to start slips from and see how they would do. They were way smaller, and they actually look like Jerusalem artichokes. And so these are the garnets that I'm going to start slips from. Each one of these should give me about anywhere from 5 to 12 potato slips. So the other thing that I'm going to show you how to start in water is the avocado pit. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have a container to put your sweet potato in that's going to be sufficient in size. So we're going to be putting the pointy end in, and we don't want it to touch the bottom of the cup or whatever container you're putting it in. You're going to want to suspend it above so that it has room below here to start growing the little slips, and they will actually come up. They'll also grow off the top here, but oftentimes I get them, quite a bit of them growing from below. So about half of the potato is going to be submerged into the water, and you're going to take toothpicks, and I usually do 3 of them. You don't have to poke it all the way through. You just want to push in about 1/4 inch to maybe 1/2 inch, depending on what size potato you're working with. You also want to make sure that when you put your toothpicks in and put it back into the water, that the toothpicks are above the water level. You do not want water to get in where the toothpicks have penetrated. That is a wound in the sweet potato, and if you submerge that into the water, water will get in here and it will actually rot out your potato. And that's it. Oh. And if you don't want to start your own sweet potato slips, you can usually get them quite easily at farmers markets. All right, now let's see how these little guys are going to do. So another thing when you're looking for sweet potatoes to start, you really don't want to have any that are blemished or have broken skin, because your chances of them rotting out is greater. So these really are not what I would ideally pick, but because this is kind of an experiment, we're just gonna see how it plays out. When I harvest my sweet potatoes, I do not wash them, whether they're the ones that we're going to use for eating or for regrowing. And I'm almost positive this one is going to end up rotting out, but we will see. All right, and last but not least. Okay, so this guy's got quite a wild end there, and I probably should have broken that off and let it scabbed over so that it would be ready, because usually this is the end that I would put in the water, but we're going to try something different since we are experimenting, and we're going to put this end in. And see what happens. Back when I went to the Joplin Recycling Center and got the pill bottles that we used to put our herbs in the other day, I also picked up several of these little liquid medicine cups. So I think that because our avocado pit is so teeny tiny, I think this is going to be the best thing to start it in. So just like the sweet potatoes, you're going to poke it with, oops, the toothpicks. You know what? And those are pretty darn big. I'm going to break them off. Yeah, that's still going to work just fine. Actually, I think I can use that end. Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. So on the avocado, I have the pointy end down, the flat end up. Okay, so when you put your water in your glasses, just make sure that you don't fill it up too full. When you put your sweet potato back in, it will displace the water and you don't want it to slop out. Oh, we can put more water in. Okay. When I went to fill up the little cup for the avocado, I spilled water out everywhere, all over my stainless steel counters. Okay, so my house does not stay very warm, and it really does not have a lot of natural light coming into it, which is really unfortunate for me. One of the places that I usually put plants in is this window behind me. So I'm going to go ahead and put the avocado up here. And I think that potatoes, we'll go ahead and put 2 of them up here. I want to put one of the Beauregards up, but I don't know if it's going to fit well. That might be a little bit wider. No, have the avocado, a garnet, and another garnet, and a Beauregard. So I think I'm going to put this guy down here with my other assorted plants. So we have some bamboo, and this is an avocado that was started last year. And it's slow growing. Oh, and it's a cat toy in the plants. Oh my gosh, they're so goofy. Oh, and then I put the other two garnets in this window. So we will see how they all do being in the different areas of the house. So, thank you all for joining me today. I will be giving updates on the sweet potato slips and also other helpful information for those of you that are starting your own at home so that you can get the best yield possible out of your garden this year. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys next time. Or planting outside. And I have a cat that wants to be bad and get up on the counter. No, Kame. Are you going to say hi to everybody? This is Kame, a seed store of your choice. I have to take care of a really bad cat. Kame, down, down. Let's see if this is what she wants. Did you want a treat? You want a treat? There you go. You want this treat, don't you? She is waiting for her wet food, which, oh, yep, she is just into everything. Normally it's Numa that is into all of the stuff, but yeah, come on, come on.